I was a teenager when this happened. My family had just moved to a new city, and I was eager to explore the area. My parents were new to the neighborhood, and they were busy with work and school. I was home alone most of the time, and I was bored. One day, I was riding my bike through the woods when I came across an abandoned house. The house was old and run down, with peeling paint and broken windows. I was curious and decided to enter. The house was in ruins. The floor was covered in dust and debris, and the air was filled with a musty smell. I walked through a few rooms, but didn't see anything interesting. I was about to leave when I heard a noise. The sound came from the kitchen. I stood still, listening. The sound came again, this time louder. It was the sound of someone crying. I followed the sound to the kitchen. The door was open, and I could see an old woman sitting at the table, crying. She was a small, frail woman with white hair and wrinkled skin. I approached her and asked her what was wrong. She looked at me with teary eyes.
"They're coming back,"
she said.
"They're coming back to take me."
I didn't know what to say. I asked who they were, but she didn't answer. She just kept crying. I stayed with her for a while, trying to comfort her, but she was very scared. She told me to leave and never come back. I left the house and returned home. I never went back to that forest, but I never forgot the old woman. Years later, I was talking to a friend about the abandoned house. He told me that he had heard stories about an old woman who lived in that house. She was a lonely and troubled woman who had been abandoned by her family. She believed that the spirits of her loved ones were returning to her, and she was afraid. I don't know if the old woman's story is true or not, but I know that what I saw in that house was real. I saw a scared and alone woman who was being tormented by ghosts from her past. That experience left a deep impression on me. She taught me that terror can be hidden in unexpected places. It can be found in an abandoned house, in the forest, or even in our own dreams.